Vanessa holds the key to expose Meghan. Harry had given more evidence that Meghan was an escort. Harry had accidentally given more evidence that Meghan Markle was an escort, a term for a high-class prostitute. Harry recounts how Meghan had instructed him to meet her at SoHo house, where she was staying. The couple were nearly 2 months into their relationship, having completed their romantic trip to Botswana. They'd also just spent several weeks apart because Harry had been on a long lad's holiday with friends. Harry recounts in spare how Meghan flew to London to meet him on the day of the anniversary of his late mother, Princess Diana. He reveals in the book how she texted him that she'd made it into the UK while he was laying flowers on his mother's grave at Althorpe with the Prince of Wales. Harry drove back to London with William and met Meghan later on in the day. He says in the book that she'd told him to take a secret way to the hotel and a freight lift, where he met a friend of hers named Vanessa, who led him to the hotel door. Meghan soon opened the door, her arms reaching for Harry, he recalled. She pulled me inside and thanked her friend in one fluid motion, then slammed the door quickly before anyone saw. It's so believable that nothing else even makes sense. Who is her friend Vanessa? What was she doing in London all the time when Suits was filmed in Canada? What's up with her friendship with Marcus Anderson? She was such a regular at Soho House, they just let her leave luggage there? For what? Nothing she did at the time makes sense for her to travel to London so much. Harry was intimidated because she had 6 other guys interested in her at the time. Harry found her on Instagram. Not to mention, why was she on the witness list for Prince Andrew's trial? It states she would have knowledge about the past situation and first-hand experience. When Harry first introduced Meghan onto the scene, it was rumoured that the relationship between Duke of York and Meghan was far from friendly. There was talk that he'd met her somewhere before and that the link could be through Epstein. The rumour mill ran riot, and it was said that Andrew had possibly met her at one of Epstein's parties. Harry obviously purchased her services as an escort. He does seem like the type of guy that thinks that strippers actually are into him. Meghan probably saw money and fame in him. She possibly never had a client like that, just your typical rich businessman and whatnot. If she was an escort, this is a huge and important detail that he's leaving out. Obviously they can't say that, but he's manufacturing this idea that his family didn't like her because of racism, or they're just horrible people in general. He describes his family as being cold towards her and unsure of their marriage, not to mention William thought she was rude and abrasive. His family thought she was a gold digger, and he makes that sound like it's such an outrageous view. This sounds exactly like an escorting sugar baby gig. No dinner, no lunch, no coffee, just some guy leading Harry through a passageway into a room. She pulled him in and slammed the door in fluid motion. Must have done it before being a professional, he just outed her. It's the only explanation as to why the royal family disliked her so much, and explains the whole press issue.